What's going on, guys? It's the One Round Ryko, and we're back again with another deck profile. This time I have my Centur-ion deck profile. I've not done a profile on this deck on this channel. I did do one on hashtag Cardboys. Go check that one out if you want to. It's a little old now, not super outdated, but I did update the list since I last did the profile. And we went to locals. It's about 2 weeks ago now. I meant to record this last week, but work got busy. But I topped. I got 9 out of 32, so technically I lost out of top cut by 1. The cutoff was 8, and I was 9. So I'm still saying I got top 10 out of 32 players, and we had a lot of good players there. I actually managed to survive a couple good players, so I'll take it. We also had the other hashtag Cardboys there. We had hashtag Cardboy Cole, Emerald Gamer over from Mineral Gamers, and then we had Just a Peanuts Donovan. He was there as well. We all had fun. This is the deck I played. It's the list I played. I'm going to go over my matchups as I'm showing off the deck profile itself. And then also what I might change. I already know one specific change I want to do, which I will tell you guys when we get there. But overall, I liked how it performed. Now, this is not a bonfire list. I do not have bonfire, so I'm not playing it. I supplement it with other things, and it still works pretty well. You don't need bonfire, but if you want to go a more pure variant, then it makes sense. Though I did see somebody throw in the Horus engine with bonfire and still make it work pretty well. So you can if you want. I just don't personally have it. I'm working on getting them if I can. But that is something you can think of. If you don't have bonfire, you can still play the deck and still perform fairly well. So of course, standard, 3 Primera, 3 Trudea, 1 Emeth, and then 1 Gargoyle. I liked Gargoyle. I didn't bring him up as much. I usually defaulted to Emeth because that's what I'm just used to, and I like Emeth a lot. But Gargoyle wasn't bad. I didn't hate it when it came up. It worked. It's a dragon. That's cool. I also love the new art. It's just badass. I like it. The wings, the claws, and all that. But I liked them. They all worked how they're supposed to. Gargoyle, I could have made use of more, but it didn't come up in a detrimental way. So, I don't mind it. But that's the typical monster spread. As for the spell cards, 3 stand-up, of course, 3 Embla Oath. I play 1 Bonds, 1 Wake Up, and 1 Phalanx. I have been thinking about putting in the Counter Trap again because it is searchable and it is pretty good, but I just haven't. Phalanx did come up a lot, helping protect stuff. Like, I use Phalanx to banish. They were trying to negate or target my Crimson Dragon when I summoned it. I chained its effect, and then I use Phalanx to banish it. Let's go back. Crimson Dragon effect. They use something to try to stop it. I use Phalanx to banish it, so their negate would miss, and then Crimson Dragon would still resolve, throwing itself back in the extra deck and summoning out Calamity. I believe was what I was doing at the time. Wake Up was nice. I know some people are mixed about this, but I didn't hate it. I liked it. It came up. It was useful. I didn't really use the banish effect, but the summoning the token effect was useful. So at least 1 is fine, especially since we're getting another Embla Oath card, and we're getting the trap card. I don't know the trap card. It's just the Embla Oath and the new tuner coming in a month or 2 now. So the ratio is going to be different, but these ones, since they're all 1-ofs and they're all searchable, I always like Bonds at least at 1. Wake Up was nice. Phalanx was nice. You could also throw in Truth Centur-ion if you want to. I keep one in my deck box just in case I do want to actually side it in, but I haven't actually yet. But it is a good option. It's there. Then the side thing here is, of course, terraforming and using field spells. Obviously, going to play terraforming. Then for the supplementary engine here, of course, the Horus engine. I have narrowed it down from what I used to play. I used to play a bunch more Horus names. Now it's just the 3 Mseti, 1 Happy, and the 2 King Sarks. I thought about throwing in Horus himself. I used to play Quibi Hesnuef and Dual Matef as well, but I decided to cut those from more slots just for the new stuff that came out, and also just to make sure I have the safe space for the hand traps and otherwise. So this works fine. I like this. You'll see in the extra deck why I like it a lot. It's very useful. It's very fun. Good way to dig through the deck. And then to supplement that supplementary engine, we have the 2 Vision and 1 Crimson Gaia. Tilt this down a bit. I like it. It works. It's good discard fodder. Easily search the decks. If you get this one, you can discard it and you add this and add the other one. Or discard this, add Crimson Gaia. Same difference. It works. I like it a lot. And you can also add from graveyard too. So once these two are in rotation in your graveyard, you can use Crimson Guy to add them back to your hand. They're a free summon if you have a level 5 dark monster on the field, which if you take a look back at Imseti, that's exactly what he is. So you can make use of it also with your bigger Synchros as well. It's a good way to get into like Chaos Angel, or you can use it for Link Material if you want to go into SP or something like that. I like it. This was probably what I will cut for the new stuff. I don't hate it, but if something's got to be on a chopping block, it'll probably be this. But I don't hate it. It's fun. You can bump this up to 2 and 2 or 3 and 1. I was playing 3 and 1 for a bit, I believe, but I dropped it down to just 2 because it's fun. I don't hate seeing them, but I want to focus on the main stuff. As for the hand traps, this is all malleable, variable, depending on what tournament you're going to, what event, your local scene. But I'm playing 3 Ash, 2 Veiler, 2 Droll, and then 3 Imperm. I was really messing around with Belle, Ghost Belle. I just didn't end up putting her in at the end of the day. I just didn't have a chance to. I should have. I probably would have liked it more, but I just didn't. Nothing wrong with that. She is good. I'm using her in some other decks too. Ghost Belle's pretty solid right now. Droll, I just like Droll. Veiler, I have like the extra ones in my side deck, which I'll show here in a bit. My side deck's a little bit of a mess, but you know, side decks always change, so it's not that big a deal. As for like the other kind of hand trappy protection cards, we got Called by the Grave and then 3 Cross Out. I know people are really mixed about maining Cross Out in decks. I like it in here. Thankfully, it didn't come up necessary in this tournament. I didn't feel like I needed it, and I didn't feel like, oh god, I'm glad I had it. But it was always a comfort knowing it was in my hand, so I see that and know I can probably go full combo and not feel any worry. Then into the extra deck. It's pretty standard. I like it. So of course, SP, expensive, probably one of the most expensive cards in the deck, but I mean, it comes up, especially if you have a wasted Synchro that doesn't do anything anymore than be a big body. You can get rid of it and use this. So only Link I really play. We got Photon Lord, very good, especially with the Horus stuff. If you can summon this, then you're basically immune from a lot of the hand traps, or the biggest one, Nib, because with the Horus engine, you go over the 5 summons, and Nib's going to come down, and you don't really have a proper negate. But this will help protect you from that. If you use the Horus stuff to summon this, then any like strong, like scary hand trap that comes up, you can negate it. But I would save your negate for Nib if you can help it, because Nib is scary, especially in this deck where you don't really have a necessarily straight up negate right off the bat. Then we have the other level 8. We have rank 8, Hope Harbinger, and the new Plat Secret, very shiny. Hope Harbinger is good, never hurts to have around. It's good spell negate. It can be very strong in the right situations. Speaking of strong in the right situations, I think I'm going to cut Typhon. It didn't come up at all. I didn't feel like I needed it. It was just there, and it was almost felt like a wasted slot. It just never felt like it was the right time. Maybe it's just the matchups I went through, but I didn't like it at all. What I'm probably going to switch it for is Scarlight for time, so I can burn for some damage, because I actually almost lost to this in time. My first matchup was against like Lightsworn Pile. We spent the whole like majority of the round in game 1 because he was really trying to break through my Calamity board, trying to see what he could do. Because I knocked him down to like 2k life points. I wasn't able to finish. He was able to. I went first, but he was able to use Havanus or whatever. He summoned a fusion and something else on my turn, so I couldn't go for the straight overkill. But he spent the whole thing trying to mill into, I think, Judgment Dragon to blow field, but he just couldn't. And then game 2, he was able to summon this and burn me real quick. We went into game 3. Neither of us could do damage fast enough. So, and we had like 3 minutes left on the clock, so it ended in a draw. So my first game was a draw. I went 2-1-1, I believe. Yep, 2-1-1. So I'm probably going to swap this in just because I can actually summon it. It's good for time. And this just felt almost useless the entire time. I like the card, but just, at least today, it didn't feel like it. So I'm probably going to throw in Scarlight instead. And then my other one, Exceed, is just Zeus. It came up. I like Zeus a lot. The Sky Striker player I faced. So I placed Lightsworn Pile first. Then I played Sky Strikers. And I 2-0'd him, easy peasy. But he tried to Zeus my Zeus and thankfully I was able to stop him before he did that. It was kind of annoying. He he knew I was going to Calamity Lock him first game, because duh, that's what this deck does. I had my Legatia on board. He Snatch Stealed, or no, he Change of Heart took my Legatia. So I thought, okay, I'm going to use my summons to go into a second Legatia, pop his, because it's the highest attack monster on the board. And he then chained Forbidden Droplet, sending the Legatia on the field to negate mine and drop the attack points. It was a very annoying back and forth game. I think either that game 1 or game 2 ended up, I had like Supernova, Quasar, Calamity, and that Legatia just hanging out here on the corner in the left. So it was just a bunch of big monsters, and he was trying to survive. I was able to win that one. So this is good. I like it. Definitely probably going to cut Typhon. As for game 3, I lost to myself because I was facing Yubel and I messed up my Calamity Lock. I should have just went into Supernova, but I didn't. I messed with the Calamity Lock and he was able to kill me because he was playing Yubel and blew me up with 8,000 effect damage to myself, or battle damage to myself. And then I won game 2 and I wasn't able to squeak out game 3. He was able to do a little bit of damage to win, so he got me there. And game 4 was another last one pile that I was able to beat in game 3. It was close, but I was able to Calamity Lock game 1. He went full crazy combo game 2 and beat my ass into the dirt. It wasn't even funny. And then game 3, I was able to take it. As for the Synchros, we got Packbit, Chaos Angel. You can only really summon Chaos Angel with the Synchro guys, the Vision Resonator. So I might drop this if I take those out, just because it'd be harder to summon, but I don't hate having him. Packbit, I never summoned, but I was glad to have. He is useful. I think that was the mistake that my second Lightsworn pile guy messed up on, because he banished this instead of banishing Crimson Dragon, and I was able to lock him from there or summon a big Synchro from there. I don't know why he got rid of this. I see the mindset behind it, but I would have just hit the big power card, but hey, you know, stuff happens. 2 Auxilla. I like her at 2. I see you can drop her to 1. I might if I needed to space in the extra deck, but I like her at 2. She's nice. 2 Legatia. Of course, you gotta run 2. This is the one I wouldn't argue on. This stays at 2. She can be 1 or 2. They're both good. I keep defaulting to Legatia because that's what I'm used to, but Auxilla did come in handy. I like her, and she does protect the field spell, which is very nice. So it can't be destroyed. They have to use like Cosmic Cyclone to get rid of it, basically. So she is very helpful, and she can summon from Graveyard and Banish. So if you use D-Shifter, which I do side, or if you were playing the pure variant, take out the Horus, you can main D-Shifter. She can play through that and make the deck that much stronger. Then the big level 12 you summon off Crimson Dragon are Red Supernova, Hot Red, Blazar, and of course Crimson Dragon itself. These are the staples. Even if this gets banned at some point, these 2 are really good. This one's good against trap decks and even Yubel, because they declare an attack with Yubel, banish their whole field, their stuff doesn't come back, and then at the end of your next turn, he comes back and he gains 500 for every tuner in the graveyard. So at minimum, he's 45. That's pretty big. Calamity ends their turn and gives it back to you, and you basically win. Not always, but it's basically you sealed that game. Blazar came in very useful because it's an Omni Negate for basically anything by banishing itself, and it's very useful. Also, remember, Supernova is cost to banish itself to use its effect, so it's very strong that way, because you just activate the effect, banish, then they have to banish their whole field. It's cost, so remember that. Very useful. And of course, Crimson Dragon, the MVP, the one that summons all the big guys and make my opponent cry. I almost want to play 2 just in case, you know, because Cash Terror running around Unicorn can banish it, and then woohoo, there goes your combo. Or even Buzz King can send it to the graveyard. But right now I only play the 1. It's not bad. It's very good. I've also thought about running like Synchro Rumble or whatever to search something when it summons, because you can easily bait your opponent. So summon, effect, and they go, okay, I'm going to do the thing I'm going to negate it or take it or whatever, then I chain quick effect. I never said I was doing the summon effect. I was just doing the search effect. And you can easily bait people into that, because people they hear Crimson Dragon effect and think, oh, he's going to try to summon. I'm going to stop him. Nah. You thought. But, yep. That's that. And for the side deck, my side deck's always weird in all my decks. It worked. I liked it. It did come out and help. But right now is my spare Droll. Got my spare Veiler. 3 Ogre. Kind of want to main it, but I'm playing with it. Nib, just because Nib's good. Maybe not as much right now, but 1 tactic, 1 thrust, and 1 talent. These ones were where I was kind of debating on. I didn't know if I want to switch this for something else or just leave this in here. I kind of want to end up maining this as well. I'm torn on that, so I'm just messing with my list. Lightning Storm and Duster, mainly because you can search them off thrust if I needed to. And then the last 3 are 3D Shifter, because you can play under this. The one time I really used it, it kind of ended up hurting myself, but that's just, I had a bad hand and couldn't really capitalize, so that wasn't really D-Shifter's fault. Probably is going to get banned. I wouldn't be against it being banned, but because the deck can use it and abuse it, I don't hate that I can. So it's in there because you can play under it and still do the whole lock combo. Anyway, that's the deck profile. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know your suggestions. If you got any ideas, what you like, what you don't. I like the deck. Centurion's fun. I'm the Gurren Lagann guy. I love Gurren Lagann, so I had to play the deck. And I've been enjoying it ever since I built it. I don't regret building it and getting it all shiny, because I basically built this deck twice. But anyway, if you like what you see, leave a like down below. Subscribe for more content like this. Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh! Figure reviews, and Beyblades. I've been the one, Round Ryko. And we'll see you guys next time.